Have you ever heard of the expression or phrase to burn your bridges? Or perhaps to burn your boats? And sometimes it's the other way around. That is, don't burn your bridges. In today's episode, I'll be sharing about the strategy of burning your bridges in a different context from what you might have usually heard or read before, so that you get a lot more focused on what you need to do in your life, rather than be held back by your Achilles' heel. But first, let's talk about where the expression is said to originate from. This phrase started from an ancient military strategy that is connected to the self-destruction of boats. In the year 1519, Captain Hernando Cortes destroyed Mexico and the Aztec Empire. With less than 1,000 soldiers, he was able to conquer a nation 5,000 times bigger than his army number. While there is controversy over details, there's no debate. Cortes was absolutely committed to winning, that he was utterly persuasive in getting his soldiers to wreck their own ships, in order to prevent any possible idea of retreat or escape. It forced them to either die or succeed in the process. This situation of being cornered and left with no other choice bred absolute commitment for them, and the rest is history. If you've heard of the expression "don't burn your bridges" before, it's usually to do with the context of keeping your options open, especially in employment and relationships. A lot of times this may be wise, but not so with what I'll be talking about now. In working with many people before, I'm well aware that many have got lifelong bad or unproductive bondages, obsessions, and habits. These include drinking, gambling, pornography, and so on and so forth. We greatly underestimate how much these addictions and habits may cost us in terms of veering away from our true purpose, mission, and calling, in terms of money, time, and resources wasted, and also the immense impact on our family and loved ones. As long as we remain unclear and unconscious as to how much the damage is, we'll remain where we are and do little about them. Would you like to know 2 examples where I've actually burnt my bridges? Over 10 years ago, starting from when I was about 12 years of age, I grew a bad habit and obsession of gaming. In those times, I was still schooling and would not return home till I've wasted at least $5 each day at the gaming arcade. I'm certain I've wasted tens of thousands of dollars, and not to add precious irrecoverable time in doing so. It came to a critical point where I realized it amounted to little to no good, and was not building up my future, that I decided to sever my gaming. As a second example, I used to like following a ton of soccer news. While it's fine to have a hobby or follow a sport, it's extremely unproductive to keep reading and keeping up with soccer news that wasn't going to amount to a hill of beans for me in my life. I'm so glad and thankful that I no longer have these habits and addictions, ruining and holding me back from staying focused on what I need to do on a daily basis. I believe it all starts with your awareness of your problems, issues, and challenges, and a deep desire to resolve it. As this draws to an end, begin to raise your awareness and consciousness, and ask yourself if there are any bridges to bad habits, bondages, or obsessions you need to take a firm stance on, and start burning them away. When you do so, a fresh breath of life will come your way, and your life will take on a more powerful trajectory. Burning your bridges this way will cause you to focus on what really matters, and ultimately empower you to have a greater degree of success in your life. As a final point, sometimes it helps greatly to have someone assist in this journey of getting rid of destructive habits and burning away those bridges. If this is you, don't hesitate to reach out. Hey, thank you for listening. Do take a moment now and like this episode, leave a comment, and also subscribe to not miss out on new episodes. Once done, check out your next episode. Want to connect? Do so at kelvinchan.org, and also on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Stay well and talk soon.